All right, for more on the impact on UFC, President Dana White joins us now here on SportsCenter. Dana, when I spoke to you Thursday night, you told us that the fights that you have scheduled for Columbus and Portland are going to move to your Apex facility there in Las Vegas. How does today's ruling from Nevada impact those upcoming fights?
Yeah, so as of now, the fights can't happen at the Apex here in Las Vegas. So we're working to find new locations, but the fights will go on. They will continue. We're not stopping. We will keep finding a way to put on the fights. I'm in the fight business. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and this stuff happens to me every weekend. So I'm used to this stuff. Not at this level, obviously, but this is what we do, and we always make sure that the fights happen, and they're going to continue to happen.
All right, let me ask you this, Dana, because you just had the fight card go down in Brazil. Now you're going to move to London, and in the UK, they've had more than 1,100 cases of confirmed coronavirus positive tests, 21 deaths. You've got Woodley and Edwards set for next weekend in London. What impact will any of this news have on those bouts?
Yeah, well, obviously things are changing by the hour. This morning, they announced new travel restrictions for the UK. So the fight obviously can't continue in London, but the fight will go on. We're working on finding a new venue, and likely in the United States. And I have my matchmakers literally working right now to put together the undercard. So the bottom line is that fight is happening, and that main event will go on.
Lastly, while I have you, the one fight that everyone keeps hitting me up about on social media, of course, is UFC 249, Khabib versus Ferguson, scheduled to be in Brooklyn, New York in April. So you have several weeks before that scheduled bout. I know you can't speculate, but how is any of these things you're dealing with now impacting potentially that fight between Khabib and Ferguson?
Yeah, so we had possibly a couple of different venues for that fight, including Nevada. So now the whole Nevada thing went down, so we're looking for another venue. I hope by probably 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, I should have two venue options for that fight. That fight will happen. It will go on, and the fans are all freaking out about that. Do not worry. Khabib versus Tony will happen.
And contingency plans, Dana, you say you want to keep fighting. That is your directive. That is your goal. And let's be fair. You've made your career out of being defiant at times. That's led to some of your success. But are you also looking at contingency plans if this thing gets kind of whacked over the next several days or weeks?
Yeah, I mean, unless there's a total shutdown of the country where people can't leave their houses and things like that, these fights will happen. We're going to move on. These fights will happen. These guys will compete. We will find venues, and we will figure this thing out. I mean, the only thing that's going to stop us is a complete government shutdown where everybody is confined to their homes.
UFC President Dana White saying that the fights will go on, but Woodley and, of course, Edwards will not happen in London. Hopefully it will be in the United States somewhere next weekend. Dana White here on SportsCenter. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.